pretty good with like, social distancing and, staying safe and healthy. What about you? How are you handling things?
Same thing, staying quarantined at my house, my family. We're all safe, all healthy, so that's the number one priority. It's getting a bit dull having to be at home every day. My parents are very strict. I'm not going out at all except to maybe get food or something and come right back. But yeah, just quarantining. But it's not too bad. Me and the family are hanging out, watching movies and stuff, and I'm doing my classwork.
Well, that's good to hear. It seems like you're managing things well. I know kind of before we left, everything was a little bit more normal, and then after spring break, it kind of just, with campus closing and everything going virtual and stuff like that, it kind of made our lives like kind of just transition in a new way that we didn't see coming. With that being said, like, can you tell them the viewers just kind of what are some things like your plans for the summer and like what you had planned, and how that kind of changed up with everything going on.
Yeah, so I'm a junior entering senior year next semester. So this is my last, summer in college. And I really wanted to do a big internship, one final, big internship to really strengthen my resume and help like broaden my horizons and like the experiences that I have during college. So I had been applying since winter break for several different internships, congressional internships in the Senate or the House of Representatives, law school related internships, interest groups. Internships with interest groups. So I had a lot of stuff that I was really looking forward to this summer. And with the COVID-19 epidemic, a lot of that stuff got canceled. So my number one internship that I really wanted to do and had made it to the final stage of before they made their decisions of who was getting it, that one got cut off right before I did my final interview. So that got canceled. A lot of the congressional internships I applied to, those half of them canceled, half of them just completely were unresponsive. Like offices were just not even responding anymore because obviously they have a big other issue to deal with right now. So it was really unfortunate that all that stuff got canceled. This was the first summer that I really I put a lot of time and effort into it. Even though I'd done internships the past summers, this summer I was really trying to do a big internship, something really big and significant, especially since it'd be the last thing I do before like really just going off and focusing on law school. So it was really unfortunate that this happened. My summer now will be in Miami. I'll just be focusing on law school stuff like studying for the LSAT and prepping for law school applications, which is fine. It's a good use of my time still, obviously, but I was really hoping to do an internship along with it. So it's unfortunate, but none of that will be happening anymore. It's all canceled.
Now, the trials program that you were planning on doing,
Mm-hmm.
when did it become like clear that like or like more evident that this isn't gonna happen? Like, because with everything, we were like mid March when like the travel ban came up. When was it? Because wasn't
Yeah.
it in DC or
It was in New York,
I
so
was in New
that's
York?
why that one was quick to. That was the first internship that I had applied to that was not really internship fellowship that I applied to that got canceled, and that got canceled soon after spring break. I had done the application online already. I got to the next part where I had to send in my resume and then references and then two recommendation letters. So I had got the recommendation letters. I sent them in, and I was waiting for a while wondering why I hadn't gotten any response. And so I emailed the person I had been talking with, and she responded saying, "Oh, the program's been canceled. I guess you didn't get our prior correspondence. I guess it didn't come to my email or whatever." But she was like, the program has been canceled. It's just fully going to be canceled this summer. We encourage you to apply next summer, which obviously doesn't really apply for me because I'm a junior becoming a senior. So yeah, I found out. I believe it was maybe the first week of our extended spring break. I think that like the week of our extended spring break is when I found out it had been canceled, and that was my number one program for the summer because, like I said, I'm trying to go to law school, and that program would have prepped me for the LSAT. It was recommended by another friend that I have at school, so I really was really excited for this opportunity. My parents were excited. It just seemed really good. It would have been a 5-week program, just immersing myself in the law, and that's something I really wanted to do. I know it had been in New York too, so that would have been also a really cool opportunity. But that program was my number one, and it was the first one to get cut. So
Man.
yeah, it was really unfortunate.
Now, wow, that's really sad. And what makes it even more of a kind of difficult situation to navigate too, especially, is that it being your junior year, and each level is going to be dealing with their own thing because seniors are dealing with what they have to deal with, and like the freshmen
Yeah,
had to deal with what they had to deal with their graduation being canceled, and then for some juniors, this was their summer because last summer they weren't able to get something because sometimes there is that requirement of like, oh, you have to be a junior or higher.
hmm
So with that being said, how has it been to how what's been like kind of some things that you've done to have like a plan B almost and sort of in place? Because I know some people are just like, no, I'm still gonna keep applying. Like, what was your thing that you like kind of was like, okay, I'm gonna do this instead?
I'm thankful that I was able to do internships after my freshman and sophomore year. So I do have two summer internships that I've done, one with Congress and one with a law firm in the area. So I'm happy that I kind of wasn't depending on this summer for an internship in terms of, making myself trying to have a stronger resume or something like that. I really just wanted to do something big, really just to like kind of just since it was my last summer doing internship, I just wanted to do a big internship that can maybe help me see a different area of the field that I'm interested in or something like that. So once everything started getting canceled, and especially my number one program got canceled, I really decided that I have to cut my losses and kind of just focus on law school because I do want to apply this fall for law school and take the LSAT, do all that stuff, and be ready to go right after I graduate in the fall semester after I graduate. So my plan for the summer is really now to just study for the LSAT. I already started studying. I already signed up for the LSAT actually to take over summer my first time, and then spend the second half of my summer either studying again for the LSAT or just preparing for law school, looking at law schools to apply for, different stuff like that. So this summer is just I stopped looking for internships. I really figured that the areas that I want to apply to, like DC, New York, those places they're just not going to have a lot of internship opportunities anymore for the fields that I'm interested in because government is really preoccupied with the coronavirus, as they should be, obviously. So there's not really a lot of stuff that was left available for me. So that's kind of, it sucks that I can't do something this summer, but I mean, I'm okay with just kind of just focusing on LSAT and law school for the summer.
Now, is there, with everything going on with, like the loss of your internship and you now focusing on being at home, virtual classes, what are some things that you're doing to kind of cope with the loss of the internship, with being online, with being at home now when you're with like your family, because that can be a challenge too. So what are some things that you're doing to cope in this situation that you would like to share?
Yeah, I feel like, I'm trying to make time for things that I wasn't doing as much before. Like I'm actually doing a lot of exercise now. Like I'll go for runs around like my community, like in the morning and the afternoon. My family and I will go outside and we'll play some sports or something, like in the yard or something. Like we'll just try to hang out and do stuff to stay active and get outside of the house since we're cooped up inside all day. So stuff like that, just I was never at kind of going for a jog at 7 in the morning. Like so now I kind of have the time for that, and it gives me a reason to get up in the morning and get out and do stuff and be active. So that's really been helping to clear my mind and stuff. Netflix, I'm just have more time to watch TV now. It's not great, but it keeps my mind off of other stuff. Thankfully, I still have my art class, so I've been doing a lot of painting during this break too. I've been painting a lot of different abstract painting and stuff like that. That's always a way for me to clear my mind. So that's not really a different thing for quarantine because I did that before, but now I kind of really could use it for a crutch for this because quarantine is rough, having to be inside, just surrounded by these walls all day. So that's something that's big for me that I'll do throughout the day. And just honestly, I mean, being with my family is just really important. We're all, like I said, we're all healthy, we're all safe. So just cooking together, watching TV together, we're all in this together. So we're all at home. And it's kind of nice for us all to be surrounded, especially since when I'm in school, I'm not at home anymore. And, my sister works, my parents work. So, it's just nice for everybody to be around each other, everybody to be at home. And like I said, we watch movies together, play board games even. We're just staying connected and then also trying to get out of the house at the end of the day or the beginning of the day. But I feel like I'm staying pretty sane. Like, I can't say I've really gotten like severe cabin fever or anything yet. Like, it's not too bad.
Well, that one line that you said that really stuck with me, and that's a very beautiful line that you said was, "We're all in this together," because that's literally what it is. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Goddard, for speaking with me. I appreciate it, and yes, I'll see you in the
No,
fall.
thank you, Trey.
Right.
See you later.
Bye bye.